You're watching MMA Oddsbreaker. I'm Frank Trigg. That's Desmond Green getting ready to fight Mike Richmond coming up here February 28th at the Mohegan Sun for Bellator. Today's Sunday. He just came back from church. We had a little scare yesterday with your son. He got his 6-month shots and had a little infection, but he's doing okay now.
Yeah.
So that's Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday. When he got sick and you got to take him to the hospital? Was it already after training? It was kind of you're already relaxing, or was it you had to cut out of training early?
No, it was relaxing. On weekends, I don't really train. Saturday and Sunday, I usually take off for rest days. Saturday is more of a cardio day, and I had did my run earlier in the morning, and I got to call my girlfriend. I was like, oh, his legs getting a little swollen. Let's take him in and see. But I didn't have to cut anything out. But yeah.
That's good. Now, right now, you're in Rochester, my hometown. You're
Yeah.
in Rochester. Actually, my son is there right now too. My eldest. It's freezing. There's a lot of snow, a lot of icicles. How do you get out? I mean, is it because I know you have to go to Ithaca to train? So do you get out enough to train? I mean, is it or do you get stuck sometimes because of the weather?
No, well, I got a Jeep, so I kind of plow through right now. But it does suck sometimes because I mean, like you said, I go to Ithaca Monday to Friday. Train Monday to Friday in Ithaca, and then Friday after practice, I drive back. It's like a 2-hour drive. Drive back to Rochester, to be with my son and my girlfriend. Just get that time in. And I use this kind of a rest because I go hard. Like Monday to Friday when I'm up there, it's hard training. So I come home and like sometimes like today, man, like it was so cold. Like man, my toes are still cold, and I've been in the house for about 15 minutes. It's brutal. But the weather hasn't really put a damper in. It just sucks making the drive. But you gotta do what you gotta do to satisfy. I got 2 obligations here.
I don't miss the cold in Rochester at all. I don't miss the weather at all. I do miss some of my. I still have a couple friends there. I do miss. I have a brother there. Obviously, my son's there. So I do miss that portion of it. But living in Vegas and LA, I'm splitting time now between the two cities. They can come visit me.
I tell you, it's motivating me to move. Every year it seems colder and colder. I'm like, you know what? Why am I dealing with this? Like sometimes, like in December, my friend had a birthday. We went to South Beach, and I was like, well, why the hell? Why do I live somewhere where for 7 months out of the year I'm in pain and misery?
Yeah, it makes no sense to me either. Especially now with the way the fight groups are and the way the fight world is going. You can move your girlfriend, your son, yourself, and you can move to Miami. You can move to Las Vegas. You can move to a lot of different places.
Honestly, that's been a conversation I've brought up with my girlfriend and my manager about possibly moving either to the West Coast or down south area, just because, like you said, just because of the training and the fighting. Like I love Bomb Squad and everything, and like man, they're great. Like I get great training there. It's the coaching, the guide, and everything is great there. But I'm getting up to that level. Like, man, I'm going to win this tournament, and I'm going to want harder and bigger guys to go with, And it's great just getting out there promoting myself, I mean, right now, I happen to live in a state where it's not legal, the only state. So,
it's tough. And, the UFC is doing a good job of trying to get it, trying to force it across. But still, you're fighting in a town, and you now have to go to Canada. It's the closest place living there. Canada is the closest place that you can go to be able to compete. And it's difficult that you go to a different country just to be able to compete in a sport that you're a professional in.
For sure, definitely. It's just really frustrating, especially I go to these places. I would love to be the hometown guy. Oh man, I get so much love in my town. Like I can literally sell so many tickets and like have so much love. But it makes for the better. It makes me hungry. Makes me want to just keep on doing it. Because once I'm on top, my voice to be a little bit more heard. I can stand up for New York a little more.
Well, let's talk about standing up on top against Mike Richmond. You're got to make a jump here fighting him. He's 16-3. You're 9-2. With the amount of fights that he has, it's a very big jump in talent for you. But I see this fight being very, very close. How do you see this fight breaking down when you're looking at the tapes on Richmond?
All right, and man, I get excited. This right now, I've looked at so much tape on him. Like, this is the most. I usually don't study my opponents because I like to go out there and do what I like to do. But you know, I'm trying. I'm becoming a student of the game. I'm taking in advice of others. You know, they've told me like, hey, listen, you should study tapes. They do it. Everybody does it. You know what I mean? That's just something. It's just extra knowledge you need to have. You know what I mean? So I've watched tapes. I watched him fight a couple fights that and that I've watched repeatedly is the fight with him and A-Cop, which is his most recent fight, and then the fight with him and Frodo. Now those are two different fights. The fight with him and A-Cop, you know, honestly, I watched that fight and it was a close fight. I give the first round, you know, the first round they were going back and forth, they were going at it until, you know, Mike landed that big left hand. But that's the thing. When all of Mike's opponents, he's usually taller, bigger, you know, faster, stronger than them, you know. But with me, like, you know, me being a featherweight at 5'10", you know, I mean, almost 5'11", I'm a big guy. Like, it's just, I'm quick, you know, I'm powerful. And the thing with Mike, he's a boxer. Everybody knows that. And I've done my homework. He's a boxer. He's a southpaw. Me, I'm primarily a wrestler. And his right foot is right there for me. And, you know, it's no secret. I told I'm this fight, you know, I'm going for a takedown right off the bat. You know, I'm going to dump him on his head, and I'll make him think twice because I watch his fights. He's great. He's great. He's very aggressive. You know, he moves. He likes to try to set the tone. But, you know, he's not used to people taking him down. He defended a couple good takedowns in his fights, but he hasn't. I don't think he's fought anybody to my caliber wrestling. So I'm going to go. This is a tournament. I want to win it. The last tournament I was in, man, that bad fight with Fabricio. Hopefully we'll get into that later. But I didn't utilize my wrestling, which I should have, and I learned. You know, I'm a learner. I'm not no dummy. I know in order for me to win this fight, I have to use my wrestling. I'm gonna. And if I do that, I see this fight being very one-sided.
You know, and that's actually a good place to finish off this interview. Thanks for coming out here, Desmond. Is that you picking a big production? You're coming out there and you're gonna shoot a takedown right off the bat and dump him on his head, and that is the exact style that you've got to go to beat a guy like Mike Richman. Is be aggressive, be in his face, put him down on the ground, and beat him up. You've got the skill, you've got the technique. We just got to make sure that it all comes together. Coming on February 28th for Bellator. It's going to be a great fight. It's going to be an interesting fight. And you are now stuck back in this tournament for Bellator. Are you going to be ready to go again? You know, every 6 weeks, between 4 and 6 weeks, depending on how they put it together. Are you going to be able to make weight and be able to keep your body together the entire time to get through this tournament?
Oh yes, definitely. And you know, I look forward to it. You know, I love challenges. I love pushing. Like I said, that's what my body's been used to. You know, I'm a wrestler. I've been wrestling since 9th grade. I'm used to grinding, going after it. Man, like people all the time in my gym, they complain about cutting weight. You know, they complain about, and I kind of laugh. Like cutting weight to me, losing weight is literally it's like brushing my teeth. You know what I mean? I could be on my last wits. I could have no energy in me. And because I've had to do it so many times, I know how to dig deep and just, what's a 3-mile run when you got nothing in you? To some people, that could be difficult. But to me, I'm like, all right, strap up, you know, give me the silent suit. Let's throw on the Alvaline and get after it. I got a title to win, Frank. And I'm telling you, this first fight, I'm coming out explosive. Like, you seen the last fight with Angelo, I didn't let go. I learned, you know, that first fight, everything was new. It was just, you know, a whole bunch of stuff didn't go how I wanted to go, but it's corrected now.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. It's Desmond Green fighting Mike Richman, February 28th in Bellator MMA. Of course, you can watch that on Spike TV. Desmond, thanks for coming on here, Des. We'll talk to you soon, bud.
All right, thank you.